Are you some sort of sovereign citizen or something?
No, I'm not, and that's defamation.
I'm sorry? I'm asking you a question. I'm not telling you.
No, sir, I do not work for the police.
Are you tired of government overreach and eroded freedoms? At tac-us.org, we're fighting back. We're the Transparency Accountability Coalition, a nonprofit defending your constitutional rights. No partisanship, just principle. From protecting free speech to demanding transparency, we're here for you. Visit tac-us.org to learn more and join the movement. Tac-us.org, because your rights deserve a voice. Act now.
You got to go in a second, right? All right, so good morning, everybody. How are you today? John Filax here with my official press pass. I'm here in Polk County, Florida, at the Polk County Courthouse in Bartow, Florida, the county seat of Polk County, Grady Judd territory. I'm here today with Liberty Troll. Liberty Troll is here.
What's up, guys?
He got bogusly charged for, what would you say, call it trespass?
Trespass within a conveyance or structure.
Trespass within a conveyance or structure. I believe that's the 810 statutes of Florida, where he was inside of a DMV and he was recording in the public areas of a DMV. It's perfectly legal to record within the DMV or any public place, and there's a subsequent case law to back that up. Well, of course, the people in there didn't like it because government parasites believe that you work for them instead of they work for you. Is that about right?
Perfectly said.
So they call the Polk County Sheriffs, which is Grady Judd's boys. Grady Judd is a lifelong criminal. He doesn't have body cams. He actually, before he became sheriff, he committed a felony himself by impersonating a cop. Somehow he still became sheriff and has been sheriff of this county for I don't know how many years. He goes on Facebook every day and he does these little stupid stories where he tells what happened in certain incidents involving his deputies instead of just getting body cams and showing what actually happened. So he's in the DMV. I'm sorry. He's here for a hearing, and I'm just here to cover the story.
He's doing a story.
I already checked with downstairs. They said I can record anywhere but inside the courtroom.
He's not too loud, is he?
If I'm too loud, yeah. All right, so where were we? You want me to move down a little bit or anything? You want me to move a little bit? Okay, okay, thank you. So Liberty Troll here is at the DMV, and where were you?
Davenport. Is a Polk County Tax Collector's Office in Davenport, Florida.
So Polk County Tax Collector's Office, which is what most people know as a DMV, a little extortion center where you go get your driver's license and you pay for permission to travel around. It's an extortion center, just like this place is. So he was in there. He's exercising his free speech, his free press rights under the First Amendment. They didn't like it. They said you need to leave. Next thing you know, they call deputy. Deputy shows up, tells him he needs to leave. He stands his ground. Deputy kind of traps him into this little corner and tells him to leave, but then traps him in so he can't leave, and kind of take it from there real quick because he's got to go in the courtroom here.
Well, he inserted himself in the conversation, which was quite cordial with the service manager. There, talking to me, telling me I couldn't record back in that area. Her name was Gail Stace, and he asked her. He tried to solicit a trespass by saying, "Do you want him trespass from the property?" To which she said, "I'll have to get back to you on that." So it wasn't a yes and it wasn't a no, but the deputy, took it upon himself. It was Deputy Montalbano, and he took it upon himself to go ahead and grab my arm and escort me unlawfully. So it was unlawful detainment, which was admitted later in court, actually. So it really anything beyond that point should have been just automatically dismissed on that premise right there. But they ended up holding me in an unlawful detention until they just decided to go ahead and arrest me without really.
They held you outside. First, he removes you physically from a place you have every right to be.
Correct.
They take you outside. They tell you can't leave, right?
That's right. I even offered a couple of times. I said, "Well, if you guys are
so if I'm trespassing, let me leave.
If I'm under duress, yeah, I'll leave under those.
And we'll take it from there." So they don't even let you leave. So they're supposed to let you leave. It's supposed to be a warning. You need to leave. So they don't even let him leave. They detain him there. Then they go do their little conspiring, and they talk with the lady inside, right?
That's right.
There's two deputies at this point.
One deputy, one sergeant.
One deputy, one sergeant.
Sergeant Wood, to be exact.
Okay, and these are Grady Judd's boys. So they do their conspiring. He comes back out of the DMV and
I just kind of chilled with Deputy Montalbano until Sergeant Wood went and did her conspiracy or investigation, whatever she was doing, and she just came out and didn't want to have a dialogue. She said, "Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest," and that was that.
Arrest you for trespass?
Trespass.
And
they added 3. So there were 3 charges initially was the trespass after warning, which they later changed during the trial, trespass within a conveyance or structure. They also added a few catch-all charges. There was resisting without violence. Of course, that's a very popular one. They like to,
that's what they got
kind
me
of like
for.
obstruction or something, right? So then they also added on giving false ID to law enforcement officer. And then about a month later, they opened up an entirely different case for the same incident, which kind of shows they are very incompetent. And that one was disorderly conduct.
So let's continue this because they already let anyone in, and I don't want you to miss your thing. We'll continue this in a minute after we see what happens, and we'll tell the rest of the story. So, okay, where were we? Come on back in. All right, so we're outside the DMV in Davenport. They won't let you leave. Then they say you gave them a false name because why? What was the false name thing?
Well, when he tried to obligate me to give my identification, this was Deputy Montalbano, while we're standing outside waiting for Sergeant Wood, he said, all right, we're going to need, actually no, it was before Sergeant Wood got involved. He said, I need your ID. And I said, well, in the state of Florida, that's not cannot be mandated or obligated by the person who hasn't even broken any laws. So 901.151 of the Florida statutes, unless you have, are, or about to commit a crime, you are not required to identify yourself, plus the Fourth Amendment right to privacy of the United States. You had no reasonable articulate suspicion, right?
He had no RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. Trespassing is only a crime after warning, so you have to be warned first, have the opportunity to leave, which they wouldn't let them leave, and then if they return, you could be charged under the 810 statutes. Well, they skipped all that part. They went straight to ID. Go ahead.
I told them that I prefer to not give him my personal information, but I said if you need to put a name down, you can just put John Doe, because all you need to put on there is a physical description of me. And he took that as, well, I was claiming to be John Doe.
So, okay, so what he did there was, this is why you got to watch everything you say. He said, if you need a name, just put John Doe. In other words, I'm not giving you my name. If you need to write whatever you want, write John Doe or whatever. He didn't say, my name is John Doe. And then the cop used that and said, he claimed to be John Doe. Like, dirty. That's why you keep your mouth shut if you don't know what the hell you're doing. Even I would make this mistake, and I'm a seasoned pro press person. Go on.
So, and then the resisting without violence, it has something to do with, he said that I pulled away when he initially just reached out and grabbed me.
Oh, when he went to assault you and grab you, you've instinctively flinched a little bit.
Well, I don't even think I did that. I mean, I was pretty...
barely...
I don't even think I was obviously in shock, but I don't think there was any tugging. There was obviously no pushback. I let him, walk me out.
Yeah.
I wasn't, I was.
So you had a little minor flinch, so to speak.
I was verbally like, "What's going on? Am I being arrested?" He said, "No." It was it was like just like how you and I are talking. It wasn't any like.
What was his name?
Deputy Montalbano.
And he was a real arrogant. So
he's been a deputy for 18 years.
18-year deputy.
19 years now.
19-year deputy of Grady Judd. He's used to people rolling over because of sheep-ass Americans. They think when a cop says something, you need to get down on your knees and start giving them fellatio. And then when they run into someone like Liberty Troller I, who actually push back and we read the laws and actually know the law better than they do, they don't like it, so they do trumped-up stuff like the resisting without violence, which is what they arrested me for. And my second channel, political podcast tonight on resisting without violence, because the cop grabbed him when he shouldn't have, and he might have done that or might have slightly tensed his muscles up, because of course, if somebody grabs you, you're going to tense up, right? And then the John Doe thing, which is complete BS, and then the trespassing, they didn't give him a chance to leave, right?
That's right.
So
well, they said I think they would have let me leave if I would have showed my ID or something, but
you don't have to show ID though.
Exactly. So I think that's.
So they would have let him leave if he surrendered his right to privacy under the Fourth and his right under 901.151. They would have let him leave. Think about that, people. Think about that. So they arrest him. They charge him with all this stuff. Then he goes to trial. And who is the gigantic woman, which I call a PHATKUNT?
Her name is Kayla Val.
Kayla
Val.
And what is her position?
She is the assistant DA.
Assistant DA of what? Polk County?
I believe so.
So the assistant district attorney of Polk County, this giant woman, who you need a 13 by 13 foot canopy just to block the sun from getting all the parts of her body. She goes into the courtroom and says that he has some imagined First Amendment right to record in public places.
All right, that's me.
All right. So go ahead and I'll finish this little
All right, see you guys.
intro. So she goes in and says that Liberty Troll has some imagined First Amendment right. Like he's a kook, and him believing he can record in public is some imagined right. And somehow, some way, he get convicted because everything is corrupt. The courts are corrupt. The cops are corrupt. The judges are corrupt. The politicians are corrupt. Our country is corrupt. And it's not a few bad apples. It's nothing like that. It's the majority. It's disgusting what's going on here. So, Zach, Liberty Troll, and I, John Filax, are both members of TAC, which is Transparency, Accountability Coalition, TAC-US.org. I'm here to support him. If I ever get in trouble, he's going to support me. We're both board members of TAC. If you'd like to join, TAC-US.org, TAC-us.org, and hopefully we can get enough members and we can get it situated and get all the logistics going to where instead of me showing up for my one buddy, there'd be 65 of us in here, 165 of us in here, and show the courts and the cops that you arrest one of our guys, we show up en masse. And that's the goal, everybody. So let me go see what. So today, so basically, he did his community service. He paid the fine. He's been denied like 3 or 4 different job opportunities now because of this false arrest. So they ruin your life, and it's residual. It keeps going. So what happens then is he does all his community service. He pays his fines. So now he's here today to try to get early release from probation so he can move on with his life. Hopefully he sues for civil rights violations. Hopefully he can get some real closure and justice for what they did to him here in Polk County, Florida. And that's that. If you want to join us in this fight, and I drove an hour plus to get here, it's hot. I don't want to be dressed all up like this. I don't want to be. It's so hot. I was golfing all day yesterday. I'm sore, but this is the least I could do to help my buddy and a fellow TAC member to, expose what they've done to him and help everybody move on with their lives. All right, I'm going to go in the courtroom and then do a little follow-up after to see what happened here, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're here. I've gone inside the courtroom now. Zach's behind me. The court is in a recess, and so far, I walk in there. He tells me I need to put that up. And in Polk County, Florida, when somebody says put that up, I had to learn this 20 years ago when I moved here. Put that up means put something away. You need to put that up. That's like Central Florida slang for put it away. And I said, what do I need to put up? The tripod? Oh, the phone needs to go in your pocket, right? What law is that? Okay, that's BS, that the phone needs to go in my pocket. Secondly, you need to put that up, and the tripod. So I take the phone off the tripod. I put my phone in my pocket. I set the tripod off to the side, and then I'm just standing there because I went golfing with personality check audits yesterday, and my back hurts, so I'm standing. Plus the long car right here, I'm standing because of pain. So then I go off. Then he tells me I need to sit down. So I sit down, my back starts acting up, I stand up, and then he tells me I need to sit down again. I sit down, then I get up and I go, deputy. With all due respect, I'm standing because my back hurts. I'm not doing it to disrespect the court or anything. The fact that they think they can order you to sit down, they can order you to put your phone in your pocket, is total BS nonsense. These are not lawful orders. They're not going by law. They're going by how they've treated people in this courtroom. And again, when someone comes in who doesn't bend the knee to their perceived authority, They don't like it. So if I wanted to stand instead of sit, if he wanted to push the issue, then I'd have to ask for an ADA coordinator so I can have my rights to stand on my feet as an American. This is disgusting. These are the types of things that led to the revolution. Anyway, she's nasty. She's the one who said that Zach had a perceived First Amendment right to record in public. She's nasty. The courts are nasty. This is what you deal with. Learn how to protect yourself. You got to have 2 cameras every time you leave the house. 2 cameras and an audio recorder if you want to be technical, and one of them should be a hidden camera. This is how you have to protect yourself as a free American. Okay? Again, join tac-us.org. I'm going to go back in, see what happens with Liberty Troll. For some reason, the 2 lawyers and stuff, all their cases get priority. They get pushed first for some reason. And then we got to sit there and listen to a bunch of other cases before we can get to ours. They should have like a restaurant pager where we sit out here in the air conditioning. We don't have to hear all that crosstalk in there. And the little thing vibrates. Again, the technologies and the ways to make this a more efficient system are there. They do what they do, and you need to just deal with it. End of story. All right, I'll be back in a minute. All right, so Zach is out. I'll give you an update in a second. Right now I'm trying to talk to the supervisor of the sheriff that keeps telling me I'm not allowed to stand on my feet and that I need to leave because this case is over. They just don't want me in there. That's the bottom line. They don't want me in there. They don't want me seeing what they do. They have a problem with me. They don't like that I'm wearing a press badge. And the shit that their lawyer just said is complete BS. Unbelievable. So I just went back in there, stood there peacefully, back out of everybody's way, and for some reason, again, this deputy has a problem with me standing on my feet. I made it clear to him that my back hurts, and I can't sit down for a long time. He said, if your back hurts, you can now no longer attend the hearing. You have to go wait outside if your back hurts. That's discrimination, period, point blank. Supposedly his supervisor's about to show up. Let's see what he has to say. Sir? So, what, hi, sir. My name's John Filax. How are you? What's your name? Percy and, Weatherford?
Yes, sir.
And your rank, please?
I'm a sergeant.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what is the gentleman's name that keeps throwing me out of this courtroom?
I'm not sure, but I believe Bailiff Grace is assigned in there.
This gentleman right here. This gentleman right here.
Yeah, that's Bailiff Grace.
Okay, so Bailiff Grace now, am I not allowed to stand on my feet in the courtroom?
Are you not allowed to stand on your feet?
Yeah,
in the courtroom?
can he force me to sit down on my butt?
Well, the only problem is if you block the ingress or egress.
No,
of the
sir, I was
courtroom.
off by the seats over here.
Well, I mean.
The first time he told me to sit down, I did. My back started hurting. I explained it to him.
Excuse me.
I explained it to him.
Yes,
I was
sir.
out all weekend playing golf. I've inflamed my back.
Okay.
The reason I'm standing and I'm being very polite to him, just like I was being to him, to
Yes,
you,
sir. Yes.
same thing, same tone. I said, sir, with all due respect, I'm standing because my back hurts.
Okay.
He said, fine. So you let me stand the rest of the time? Fine. Resolved, right?
Yes, sir.
So the person I'm here to cover, I'm doing a little news story here. His case is over. So he leaves and then he tells me, your buddy's done. You can leave now. And I said, well, I'm allowed to stay here, right? I'm allowed to sit public hearing.
Yeah, it's a public courtroom. Yeah.
So he says, you have to sit or leave. The guy's engaged in discrimination against me right now. He's violating my rights right now. I have every right to be in there. I have every right to stand on my feet. What he's doing is discrimination. He's violating my 14th Amendment right, my right. He's giving me unlawful orders. I have every right to be in there. And for him to say you need to sit or leave is discrimination. I asked him for an ADA coordinator. He said, I'm not giving you an ADA coordinator. I'll give you my supervisor instead. And I'm trying to keep my voice down and stay nice and calm. But now I'm shaking angry at what this guy's doing because obviously he's not understanding people's rights.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, let's take a step back.
Yeah,
Sit down
please.
For a minute,
Yes.
Give me a chance to talk to him and find
Yes,
out.
please.
Because we as bailiffs operate under the authority of the judges. So
Well, you have to follow the law.
I understand that.
Okay.
But inside that courtroom, the judge is the law.
No, the judge is not the law, sir.
But she can dictate decorum.
She didn't say a word to me.
I know, but she may have said to him. That's what I'm saying. Let me check.
That didn't happen.
I'm assuming all of this right
And-
now. I would just like to go speak to
And
him.
with all due respect, sir.
Yes, sir.
The judge is not the law. The law is the Constitution of the United States that the
understand
judge
what you're
also
saying.
has to follow.
I understand what you're saying.
When he
But
tells
the-
me to sit down, that's an unlawful order, regardless of what the judge wants.
You're correct, but the judge can also determine who is in the courtroom and who is not. They have that
Still
absolute
has to be
right.
lawful.
They have that absolute right.
So check, that could be removed for being Hispanic? The judge could say, since you're Hispanic, you have to leave.
Or-
That's, no, you understand?
Technically, yes, they
Wrong,
could.
sir,
yes.
with all due
You may
respect.
not agree with it, but
The judge cannot discriminate against race
you're
or
right.
handicap.
You're right, but they can say for any reason that they decide
No, that's false.
that you can leave the
No,
court.
the judges are not kings, okay?
I understand, sir.
And the judge isn't even involved. He's acting in his own independent capacity, and he's violating my rights.
I-
Period, point blank.
I
I go through this all the time. They don't like cameramen.
Right.
They don't
Well,
like
we don't like
press.
to film inside the.
I wasn't filming.
No, I get it.
Okay.
I'm not accusing you of that. I'm saying
Okay.
you said we don't like cameramen. I said we don't like filming inside. Out here, you're
That's
great.
fine.
No,
That's
no-
why every time I filmed, I came out here. When I went in there, I put my phone in my pocket. That's another unlawful order he gave me. He says, you can't have that, and the phone needs to be in your pocket. That's an unlawful order. The phone needs to be not recording. He can't tell me where to put it, okay? He's taking authority he doesn't have and subjecting me to it. I have rights under the Constitution. He swore to protect those rights. You swore to protect those rights. And him giving me arbitrary, illegal orders is not going to fly.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm so wound up. But
No, it's
this is like six times now he's infringed on me.
okay. I want to make sure you're
All right, sir.
getting your calm down. And
I'm trying to calm down. I was a business owner in this county for 13 years. The police, the deputies for Polk County showed up at my restaurant half hour before I got there. For 13 years, I gave all first responders and deputies free drinks. We're talking about $75,000 worth of free drinks and whatever else, and on Memorial Day and all that stuff. So it's not like I hate cops or anything.
No, I get that.
I'm a constitutionalist.
Yes.
Cops swore an oath to the Constitution.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna go into recess, you can have a seat, they'll get you in there in a second.
Have a seat in here.
Yeah, he'll call you out.
We give you a moment to go.
Go do your
speak to
thing,
him
man.
and
Thank
find
you for
out
listening to
what's
me.
going- Absolutely, absolutely. We would just want to resolve it as peacefully. as
Please. We need to know his boundaries.
Okay, where's Joe Rosario? Oh, wait, Sanderson Clerk Attorney's Office, you know we have the motion hearing.
I was only noticed about the 23rd. I just got this paper today. That's what this paper just came in the mail.
Oh, you be allowed
Dude,
it's
this-
better than probation. If you complete what the state attorney wants you to
Because
do,
your friend's done, you need to leave now.
It's much better.
I say, I'm allowed to be in here, right? Well, if you're in here, you need to sit down.
Which is not a big deal.
Well, let me have an ADA coordinator. You could talk to my supervisor.
Before you go to the second
And then the supervisor comes and says, the judge is the law.
it's on this,
And if she wanted to remove you from the courtroom for being Hispanic or black, she can.
I think,
Like, what is going on in these places? The last time I went to the court in Dade City, some girl accused some female deputy there in, where was it, Hernando County? Accused me of recording when I wasn't and tried to take my phone from me and subject me to some type of detainment. Might as well do the update now. So, all right, so finally, after all the cases go through, they let Liberty Troll go up to the podium. He has his appellate attorney / probation attorney. What's it? Do you care if you give his name? John Mitchell?
Jonathan Mills.
Jonathan Mills is his attorney. He appears via Skype or Zoom or something, and he says, Zach here, Liberty Troll, is never been convicted of anything before. He's paid his fines, which he shouldn't have been convicted or arrested to begin with, mind you. Forget all that for now. He did his probation, he paid his fines, and his lawyer...
No violations.
No violations.
Served all the other elements of the probation as well.
Served all the elements. He did everything perfect. He paid his fines. He did his community service hours. And all he's asking for today was an early release from probation. His lawyer expressed that to the court. And of course, the two effing sows on the other side objected because they had the nerve to say that Liberty Troll's job is to push the boundaries of the law. So him recording in public and being a constitutional free press journalist is pushing the boundaries of the law because he dared to record in a public place paid for by taxpayer dollars. Thank God the judge had a semi-objective view and said, I don't see why we should be holding him. He did everything right. There's no violation. And she let him off. So now he's free and clear of these charges, and now you're going to pursue an appeal, right?
That's right. It's already being pursued.
All right. I'm going to go back to my situation here. Thank you, dude. If you got to go ahead.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
They're selecting a jury in there. So
Okay, I'm sorry.
Everything you're saying, so you kind of
Yeah,
disrupt.
I apologize. I apologize for that.
You have every right to be in there?
100%.
He has an understanding now?
Yes, sir.
He can't
I think
force
it
me
was
to.
it was a miscommunication. He was saying, all he was saying is, hey, just step out. He wasn't telling you you had to leave, according to him.
And again, this is why we should be able to record inside there. It's public. And what he told
can do
you,
that.
what you just told me is not what happened in there.
Okay, well, I
He said
wasn't
you need
there.
to sit down or leave.
You have more.
Your friend's case is over, so you need to leave.
Okay,
And if you're
Well-
gonna stay in here, you need to sit down or leave.
gotcha.
Okay, all I get is ultimatums and unlawful orders.
Sir, you're more than welcome to go back in the
We've
courtroom.
corrected it.
Is there any way you can come out here and say, sir, I'm sorry if we had a misunderstanding and show some good
He's
faith?
in the middle of doing court.
The
What
judge
time is-
is-
what
the
time is
judge
court
back
over?
on the- I'm not
Whenever
sure,
the
whatever
judge-
the
Are
judge
you
is
apologizing
done.
on his behalf?
I will apologize. On
Thank
his
you,
behalf.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Miscommunication.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys.
You're
happy?
perfectly welcome.
I'm not happy, but
I mean, what else
every
can I
time I
do
go to
for
a
you,
courthouse and I have a little tripod and I try to do some independent journalism,
It makes people nervous.
you think all this structure and all this extortion and all this stuff, you don't think everyone's scared to come in here?
Sure.
Okay, this is an objective record.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Have a good day. I appreciate
Thank
your
you.
help.
And as we said, you're welcome to go back in if you like.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I should just go back in just for a good measure, just to make sure he doesn't think you ran me off. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'll be right back, Zach. All right, he had nothing to say that time, so. Here we are, Bartow, Florida. Liberty Troll is off probation. Now he can appeal his BS false charge and false arrest. I don't know how you can appeal it after conviction. I'm not well versed enough. And that's what we have for today. Tonight, Resisting Without Violence podcast. I'm gonna scramble and try to get a nice podcast going. It's on my second channel, Resisting Without Violence. It's my political podcast. You might not agree with my politics. You don't agree? You don't have to watch. If you do agree, please support me. And that's it. Signing off from Bartow, Florida. Have a good day. Bye. All right, everybody. We are now leaving the Bartow Extortion Center. Thanks for watching. Again, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Resisting Without Violence. These gentlemen did a great job. Thank you for all your help, guys. Have a good day.
Are you tired of government overreach and eroded freedoms? At tac-us.org, we're fighting back. We're the Transparency Accountability Coalition, a non-profit defending your constitutional rights. No partisanship, just principle. From protecting free speech to demanding transparency, we're here for you. Visit tac-us.org to learn more and join the movement. tac-us.org, because your rights deserve a voice. Act now.